Hi guys, it's Lauren. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm really excited. I'm going to be sharing with you my 4-month comparison result between Sunday Riley Good Jeans and The Ordinary's Lactic Acid 5%. So I picked up Good Jeans. It was around Sephora VIB time of last fall. So I've had it for a while and I just love the results I got from Good Jeans so much, but I just could not see putting out that amount of money every couple of months or however long it was going to take me to finish the bottle. So I made it my mission to find a dupe. So I researched this a little bit and I read a couple blogs. A lot of people were saying that The Ordinary's Lactic Acid was a pretty close dupe. People were getting the same results. So I wanted to give it a go. So over 4 months I used Good Jeans on one side of my face and The Ordinary's Lactic Acid on the left side of my face. So I used both serums every other night. I gave one day to give my skin a break from the acid, and I used them after my cleanser and before the other serum that I use. And I have to tell you, I was super impressed by the results. I'm like so excited and I can't wait to keep continuing to purchase this one serum, and I'll let you know which one it was. But before that, we'll get into the application and the texture of each of these. We'll compare the ingredients, and then I'll show you my before and after pictures. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so before we get into it, I should let you know about my skin. So I tend to run on the drier side. Sometimes in combination, I can have a little bit of oiliness pop up on my chin and in between my eyes, but generally I'm more dry. So I have some flakiness, some dry patches that pop up here and there. And my main concerns as I've gotten older, I'm entering my mid-30s, I'm turning 34 this year, and I have a little bit more skin concerns than I used to. So I'm starting to have some fine lines on my forehead and more like deeper smile lines. I know those things are hard to correct, but I want to try to prevent what I can now. And one of my major concerns is hyperpigmentation. My sunspots have really started to darken as I've aged. I especially have a big one underneath the right side of my eye. I have 2 large ones on the left side of my face, and they just really bother me. Yes, I can use makeup to cover them up, but I'm trying to do things to lighten them. So of course, sun protection is going to be your biggest defender of hyperpigmentation. Being exposed to the sun is only going to make your dark spots even darker, so you really want to try and wear SPF, and I really try to be better about that now. I wear an SPF underneath my makeup every day, or I'll wear, my best friend has been the It CC cream with the SPF of 50 already built in, but regardless, I always try to have some kind of SPF on my face. But I've recently been reading a lot more about lactic acids as a treatment to help brighten out your skin tone, to even out your skin tone. So I figured I would give them a go. So lactic acids, if you haven't heard of them before, the technical term is AHAs, or alpha hydroxy acids. So they're basically a chemical exfoliant, and they help break down your skin cells on the top layer to reveal brighter, smoother looking skin. And it's also classified as a humectant, which a humectant is something that draws water into your skin, so it keeps your skin moisturized and hydrated and plump, so it has a ton of different benefits. Another thing too, I recently found out that for lactic acid to work, it has to be a pH from 3 to 4 at least. So that basically means that the product has to be pretty low on the acid scale. It has to be pretty acidic for it to work. So anytime you use lactic acid, you should feel a slight tingle. You don't want it to really burn your skin or cause any redness, but you just want a tingle in your skin, and that's how you know it's working. So let me get into both of these products. I'll break down Good Jeans first. We'll go and look into the ingredients. I have the 1 ounce Good Jeans in my hands here. They have 2 other sizes available. They have one that's a smaller size that comes in a kit, and then a larger size that is 1.7 ounces. This 1 ounce bottle has gone a long way for me. So like I said, I've had this since November of 2017, since the VIB sale, and I have about maybe 20% of the product yet, so that's pretty good. A little bit goes a long way. I find that I can use about a half a pump to do half the side of my face. You could probably even get away with using a half a pump over your entire face, because I extend that half pump down into my neck, into my chest area, so a little bit really does go a long way. And the consistency of this is kind of like a milky, thin cream. It spreads onto your face really easily, it doesn't feel tacky, and it sinks in pretty quickly. It doesn't leave like a thick film on your face. And I find that when you first apply it, you do feel a strong tingle. and it lasts probably about 15 minutes, I want to say, almost to the point where I was afraid that my face was going to start to get like red and inflamed, but it never did from this. But I should say too, when I was describing my skin type, I don't really have sensitive skin. I do experience a tingle when I use these types of acids and products, but I never really get any like redness or inflammation. So if you do have sensitive skin, this may be a little strong for you. And the pH, I've read that this is 2.6 on the acid scale, which is a really low pH. I actually found that, or heard that, this is the lowest pH that's served over the counter like it's a food. I actually read that that pH is close to a dermatological treatment that you can get in a doctor's office. So this is a really strong, high quality product for something that you can get in store or over the counter. So that is really good. I feel like you're getting what you pay for here. It's expensive, but you're getting something that it's gonna work. And the ingredient list is really commendable too. They have high quality, expensive ingredients in here. So again, your money is going towards those expensive ingredients that they're using. So of note, some things to talk about here. Usually in a serum, you see water as the first ingredient or a lot of fillers like simethicone, but you don't see any of that in here. And actually the first ingredient is prickly pear. There's blue agave in here, lady slipper orchid. I'm not sure the effects of that, but a lot of good, like, commendable ingredients in here. They have licorice root, and down at the bottom here it highlights, this is from Sephora's webpage, it says that licorice naturally brightens the appearance of hyperpigmentation, and then there's lemongrass in here which helps to boost radiance, and then there's aloe that helps to soothe the skin. So I'm guessing that's why I don't experience any redness from this, that aloe will counteract any redness I would get from this. So that's really great, good commendable ingredients here. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I like the consistency of it. You don't get a ton of tackiness. So I really did like the feeling of this. And I mentioned this in my skincare addict tag video. This is the first product that I've ever used that I've seen instant results from. I'll get into the long-term results when I get to the pictures, but within minutes after applying this, I noticed my skin looks more tight, more plump, more glowy. It is really dramatic, the results you see. I know people have talked about this before, but it was kind of one of those things where, okay, I'll believe it when I see it, but it's true. Your skin looks beautiful after applying this. So I really like to save this for when I have an event the next day because my makeup will go on flawlessly. Your skin is just super smooth from this. So I really enjoyed the short-term effects I got from this. So yeah, first impression, I really enjoyed this. So let's get into the Ordinary. I have the Ordinary Lactic Acid 5%. This has hyaluronic acid in it as well. It comes in this glass bottle with a clear dropper. It has like a thin, watery gel consistency, and that is one thing that really bothers me about this product. It is really hard to control the application process. So when you drip it on your face, it's so thin that it rolls down your face so quickly. So you almost have to be ready to catch that extra product falling down your face. But I got into the habit of being used to it, so I would just have my other hand there prepared to catch any product when applying. So that can get annoying, but I imagine that making this thicker would affect the quality of this or the formulation of this. So I'm sure there's a reason why they kept it so thin. And then there's some ingredients that I just want to highlight. So the first ingredient is water, so that's where you're going to get your thin consistency from. The second ingredient is lactic acid. There's sodium hyaluronate in here, so that's a form of hyaluronic acid that boosts the skin's moisture content for a plump, supple, and smooth appearance, which is a botanical extract that reduces the irritation associated with the acid use. And the pH of this is between a 3.6 and a 3.8. So not as strong as the Good Genes on the acid scale, which is why this is probably a little more tolerable for me. So when I initially apply this, I feel like my skin feels initially tingly. I feel a little bit of a sensitivity to it, but again, I don't notice any redness or anything from it, but it dissipates really quickly. I don't really feel that feeling after maybe a minute or two, it goes away. So it doesn't have that strong burning sensation that I hate to say burning, it's a strong tingle for me that the Good Genes has. But yeah, that tingly feeling goes away pretty quickly. So this will be really good for you if you do have really sensitive skin. And the feeling you get from this, it feels really hydrating on the skin, which the Good Genes does in a way, but not as much as this. And I'm guessing it's because there's the hyaluronic acid in here. But my skin after using this, it instantly looks glowy and it just feels really plump and soft. There is a slight tackiness left on my skin, but it does go away within about 15 to 30 minutes maybe. But I'm left with hydrated feeling skin. I almost feel like I can skip a moisturizer after using this. So I really appreciate the hyaluronic acid in this. And just like Good Genes, the next day my skin is smooth and even, and it just feels like baby soft skin. So I really do appreciate that. Now I don't know if that is more because of the hyaluronic acid or if that's the exfoliation I'm getting from the lactic acid, but my skin just feels great and super soft in the morning. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, let's get into the pictures and I'll let you guys know my long-term results. Since we're talking about the Ordinary, we'll get into the Ordinary's pictures first. So like I said in the beginning, I use the Ordinary on the left side of my face, and as you can see in the pictures that I'll insert here, I have 2 large sunspots on the left side of my cheek. And looking at the before and after pictures, both sunspots are pretty dark. And then the after picture, I feel like the bottom sunspot is unchanged, but the top one is a little lighter. I feel like the borders are a little faded, but it's definitely overall lighter. And if you look at the entire surface area of my skin, from my forehead to my chin, I definitely feel like there's an overall reduction in the hyperpigmentation. And if you notice, check out the top of my cheekbone. I feel like there is a glow to my skin. My skin looks a little more tight, it's glowy, there's some dewiness there. And if you look closely at the side of my nose, in the before picture I have some redness and some oiliness. And if you look at the after picture, I definitely feel like that congestion has cleared up. You don't see any milia or anything like that. So I definitely feel like it helped to exfoliate my pores. So I definitely noticed a big change with the Ordinary's before and after picture. I feel like the overall tone of my skin improved. I feel like my skin looks more bright and even and smoothed out. So yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the Ordinary. Let's get into the Good Genes picture. So I use Good Genes on the right side of my face, and on the right side I have this large sunspot underneath my eye. In the after picture is definitely lighter. Just like the Ordinary, I feel like the borders of it are slightly faded, and then the overall hyperpigmentation of my skin is definitely lighter. I have more spots in the before picture. Again, like the Ordinary, I feel like I have less congestion around my nose. It's less red, and you don't see any milia around my nose. You don't see any congested pores. I notice a slight dewiness, but I don't think as much as the Ordinary side. I feel like I have a slight glow, but maybe because of the Ordinary having hyaluronic acid in it, it's a little more moisturizing on my skin. I think I notice a little more plumpness and tightness in my skin with the Good Genes. If you notice around my mouth, I feel like my smile lines look a little more pronounced in the before picture. Just like the Ordinary, I feel like my skin looked more bright, my tone was improved. So again, I'm super impressed with these before and after photos. And then last but not least, I wanted to insert a picture of my chest. So I used the Ordinary on, let's see, it was my left side, and Good Genes on my right side. And I feel like this picture is pretty impressive. If you can see the before picture, the lines are more pronounced, and then my fine lines in the after picture look smoothed out. I feel like you can barely detect them. I feel like there's an overall brightness in my skin. It looks a little more glowy, it looks more tight, and again, there's an overall reduction in the sunspots or hyperpigmentation in my skin. I really, in comparing both sides, I feel like they look exactly the same. Let me know what you guys think, but I feel like it looks pretty even. So I really feel like this picture shows how comparable the results are. So now that we're getting into the conclusion, let me just sum it up by inserting this chart. I posted this on my Instagram page, and I just feel like this really sums up the results that I got from both of these products. So let's skip to the 4th point here down on my chart. It's the very last point. So I say that Good Genes has instant brightening, tightening, and plumping, and that the Ordinary has long-term brightening, tightening, and plumping. So overall, I feel like the results from my right to left side were exactly the same. But if you're that instant gratification kind of person and money is no object, you don't mind putting out the money for skincare, and if you just want instant results, go for Good Genes. You're instantly going to see brightening, tightening, your skin's gonna look more plump, more glowy. If you wanna save this for an event, it's perfect for if you have a wedding or some kind of event where you want your makeup to go in smoothly, you want your skin to look flawless. This really is a facial in a bottle. This is a great product. But with the Ordinary, if you want to save a buck for $6.50, this is such a great buy. I love that this has hyaluronic acid in this, so this instantly makes my skin feel more plump, and I love that hydrated feeling in my skin. And if you're willing to wait for the results, this really does give you the exact same results of this. This is pretty crazy. But yeah, you just have to wait. So if you're a patient person and you can wait, go for The Ordinary, but if you like instant gratification, go for this guy. So yeah, I'm super impressed by this. I'm so excited by my results. So in conclusion, I will definitely continue to be purchasing The Ordinary's lactic acid. They have a 10% solution as well. I want to give that a try, but I just love the result this has given my skin for the price. You can't go wrong for $6.50. It's such a great buy. I don't think there's anything at the drugstore less than $6.50 that has lactic acid in it that's going to exfoliate your face and just give you smooth results. It's going to lighten your skin. So yeah, I was super impressed with this. And as far as the Good Genes go, because the results were so similar with The Ordinary, I probably won't continue to buy the full-size versions, but I will say I will miss having this bottle. So I'm going to start to look for kits with Good Genes in it. I'm going to try to get samples of Good Genes because, like I said, it is like a facial in a bottle. I want to save this for when I have an event and when I want my skin to just look super smooth and bright. There's nothing like this out there. You really do get instant results from this, and I really will miss having this, but maybe just a smaller bottle. Putting out that money for these bigger bottles, I just can't see doing that, but I'll look out for those sample sizes. I won't buy the full-size bottle, but I definitely enjoy the instant gratification I get from this. Yeah, I'm super excited about the results I got from both of these. I love that now I know I can save a buck and buy The Ordinary and get something cheap for the same results, but this really is a great product and I'll miss having this, but you can't go wrong with this. This is such a great product. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried either one of these out. I would love to know your experience, your results. Ask me about the application process, anything you want to know. I love chatting about skincare and makeup, anything beauty really. Just leave a comment and we'll chat. I just love talking about all things beauty. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.